Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's menu is spam, egg, seaweed, sausages, Vienna sausages, and kimchi stew. Yesterday I uploaded a photo on Instagram either if you guys wanted to see the Korean ginseng chicken soup or the spam and egg meal. And I mean, I'm doing both of them. I just want to ask you guys which one you guys want to see first, obviously, because I couldn't decide. I have some jalapeno spam. Like, what? These are jalapeno spams. I just want to try it out. It's like little, like pieces of jalapeno in here. I don't know if you guys can see. And then I have some just Korean Vienna sausages. And I already made the fried eggs just because I think it would be convenient for me to have this ready and just so I can just cook the meat on here. And on the side I have some seaweed and the kimchi soup is on the side, and I have some rice obviously. So let's just get started. I don't think I need oil for the spam. This side right here. Okay, I'll leave it on like that. And I'm going to put some sausages in here. I have some kimchi soup right here. I'm going to, I think I'll leave it right here. Oh yeah, that works. So I have this teriyaki sauce from like last year, but it's not expired yet. So I'm just gonna try to use. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I made small cuts on my sausages. So yummy. I hope I'm focused. At least I hope my face is focused because I've been having a lot of trouble lately. I've been playing around with my camera and yeah. The bad thing about teriyakis are that they burn way too fast. And let's flip over the spam. Now I'm going to add this later. Oh yeah, and I made a small cuts on this too. It's like a little octopus. Yeah. I mean, sausages are usually pre-cooked, so I'm not worried about them being raw or anything. Let's add the egg right now. I used 4 eggs. One of them popped and the other one is about to pop. No. No. There we go. I know that you guys can't really see it, but okay, so the heat is off. And I'm going to add the mini seaweeds on this side. Can't even see it. It's all good. Oops. I don't know who this guy is. He's a comedian in Korea, but this guy, he can do anything. He's like, so he's super athletic, and he's really like accurate and precise with everything when it comes to sports and all. So they made this happened a while ago, but they made a show where he basically, it's like man versus wild or something like that, right? But it's a Korean version. And he went with a bunch of, he doesn't usually go alone, he goes with a bunch of people who he leads them and sort of try to survive. And he's been doing amazing stuff. I think the show, TV program and stuff died down a little, but it was good. But anyways. Okay, let's see. So I have kimchi soup with mushrooms, onions, kimchi, and green onions on top. And Vienna sausages, spam, eggs, and some seaweed on the side. Very simple meal. Obviously, if you guys can't find the Korean version, you guys can use hot dog or whatever. Spam. I want to show you guys a simple thing to make when you guys don't have anything, but but eggs are, come on, like you need some eggs in your refrigerator unless you're like, vegetarian or vegan. But anyways, you get some rice. I can get a little bit more rice. Get some rice, and you get some egg. This is usually better if the yolks are not completely cooked. Okay, and put it on. Add one, and then I'm going to add like one, maybe not even, a little less than 1 spoonful of soy sauce, depending on how salty you want it. And then you definitely need some sesame oil. Oh, that was actually too much, but it's okay. And then just mix it away. If you don't have soy sauce, you could add ketchup too. It's so good. But with no sesame oil, but just ketchup, that tastes really good too. This is definitely not something that looks most appetizing, but if you had it before, if you had this before, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is so good. Okay. Got one bite. Got some kimchi soup. Oh my god. If you have seaweed, definitely. And then we have some Vienna sausage. These Korean sausages are like, how do I say, it's sealed better or something. So when I bite into it, it's like, it gets a little crunch and then it's like the juice explodes in your mouth. I mean, I love hot dogs, but Korean ones are a little more expensive, but so worth it, so good. But spam takes like a lot of rice. You need a lot of rice for a little bit of spam. It's probably because they're salty. Nope, it's not smelling. So we got some spam, jalapeno. Man, that was so salty. This is, I consider this somewhat a simple meal, but so simple but so good. You know, yesterday I uploaded the Korean speaking mukbang. You know, honestly, I expected some trolls, I expected some negative comments, and I didn't expect everyone to enjoy it. I really didn't. But I tried to put subtitles in even though I couldn't translate everything I said. Some things were just like, I don't know, half of it I was a little lazy and half of it because I just didn't know what to translate it to, you know? So I couldn't do that. But, you know, I expected some negativity on this video. But, man, I was reading some comments and some people are just, I don't understand. It's just, okay, I get it. Trolls are trolls and they say some just, I don't even know what gets them to comment that. I just didn't get it. Did it hurt me? Was I sad? Was I disappointed? No. Like I know better now. But I just didn't get it. Like why? You know, like all the effort for that comment, really? Like I don't even want to read it because I don't want to acknowledge it. You know, specific person. But I am acknowledging the trolls though. Whatever. Yesterday, Dong and I watched this movie called Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise. It's very similar to Mission Impossible, you know, like he only plays those kind of movies, you know? Hold on, let me just get some bite. I might need more rice. Oh my goodness. Oh my Gucci's. Look how cute this is. Look how... I love like the look of the sausages when you cut it little. Okay, so I have some more rice. Sorry, I kind of left in the middle of the story, but I just add one more, just a little bit, and then we shall continue with story, and I'll tell you what I was thinking. So, in that movie, you know, there's this girl, whatever. I don't wanna just talk too much about it, but there's this girl who basically said, strong people don't pick on anyone. It's the weak people that goes out of their way to bully. So was this expected? It wasn't, but it should have been. I should have known, you know. But I didn't. It's not like I had a YouTube friend, like I had a YouTuber as a friend before, you know. It's not like anyone gave me advice on how to start YouTube. I didn't know anything. I learned as I go. I learned as I went. Yeah, I was eating too fast. But you know what I mean? It's not like I'm not even just talking about comments. Friends talk shit about you, or they talk about you. Hopefully not my parents, but I see some other YouTubers mentioning me here and there, you know, not a lot, but here and there I see it. I see it, okay? I see it. I read every comment. Yeah, sometimes I choose not to reply. I say this all the time, but I'm gonna be honest. I choose not to reply. And this one. La di da. I'm eating so much rice right now. And I remember this question coming up. Somebody was like, Kimmy, were you ever bullied? I know that that person genuinely just wanted to ask if I was bullied. I hope it's not because I look like I would get bullied, you know? Because if anything, don't I look like, I mean, like, don't I kind of look like a biatch though? Like, I remember some people telling me that, yeah, she has a, what is it? Someone said like if they just look at me, they would probably think that I'm an asshole because the way I look, you know. My sister too, she used to get that a lot. You know, like you don't walk around smiling like ha. You don't just walk around by yourself smiling. Like me and my sister, you know, when we're just like a bitch standing face. I think I mentioned this a long time ago too, but something like that. And so when we're not just like thinking, we're just thinking. We look like we're pissed off. Me and my sister, it just runs down in our family. And a lot of my friends told me that like yeah, my first impression was that yeah, like this girl is, you know, a douche. But that doesn't bother me. I don't really care. But yeah, I'm not saying that I look like a person who would bully people, but I thought I always looked like a person who would not get pushed around. I don't know. I always thought I had a strong opinion. I always thought I at least looked like it. But yeah, no, answer is I was never bullied. I was bullied by my sister. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Me and my sister got along really well. Yeah. You know, when I was in high school or college, I don't think I ever saw anyone being bullied. I don't think I ever witnessed it. But if I did see it, I don't know what I would have done. Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I want to say that I would have totally stood up for that person. And I really wish that I'm in that position where I can say that confidently. I would have totally backed him up or backed her up. I can't. I don't know what I would have done. But when it comes to my sister, it's a little different. I remember this was a long time ago, and it's not my story, but basically my sister and a couple of her friends had a huge cat fight, and they used to be good friends. And something happened, and they started talking shit about each other. They hated each other, and basically it wasn't to the point where it wasn't comfortable for them to be in the same room. It wasn't comfortable to be in the same room with them all together, whatever. And we barely saw them. I don't know. They never talked or whatever. And obviously I wasn't friends with her friends, but I was friends with my sister. So I talked to her about it. She did. I was pretty young still, and she didn't tell me much. And she's not the type who would talk about it back then. At least she got better. But anyways, once I heard that my sister hated them, I started hating them. And to me, when I was younger, I thought that was standing up for my sister, being a bitch to her friends. And I remember this incident where I had to get a ride from this guy that he was mutual friends with everyone. Basically, he had no problems, and he wanted to give me a ride home. And funny thing is that the girls that my sister was in a fight with, they were getting a ride from him too. So we're in the same car. I was really, really pissed off. I was just like, why am I in the same car with them? I don't even want to be in the same car. And then they start talking about this person, this girl. And obviously they didn't say that it was my sister, but everything about it was her though. It's everything that's mentioned, the way they said it, it's about my sister. But the fact that they didn't say my sister's name, I can't say anything to them, or I can't prove that they were talking about my sister. But in that situation, they obviously know that I'm her sister, and they obviously know that what's going on. But they clearly still talked about it in the car when I was there. So I was like, I don't even care if this is about her or not. They really crossed the line. So I was younger. It was really rude of me, but I said shit. I called him a bitch, and I said this fuck you, whatever, and I left the car. This is right before I went into the house. I was like, you guys fucking bitches, fuck you, and then I just closed the door, and then just went home. And then next day, nothing happened. What would they do, But that was my way of defending my sister back then. And then one of the girls that was in the car, You know, I stayed friends with her actually. She didn't have she was like one of the mutual people. She didn't have any issues with anyone, so I stayed friends with her. And then a couple years later, we were still friends, and she actually mentioned that night or that day, and I didn't remember. That was such a, you know, out of the blue, and it's not something I would normally do. So I didn't really think about it until she mentioned it. I was like, oh my god, I did call you a bitch. I mean, like, I called her that just because she was in the car, but I didn't say it to her. I said it to the other people. But she mentioned it to me, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, that happened. And this is after we graduated high school, you know? You know, back then, within the Korean society in high school, calling someone older a B word or saying that F word is like, how dare you, you know? You don't talk to anyone older like that. That is just not gonna happen. But I didn't really care. And they didn't do anything about it, so. This one's done. There used to be so many cat fights. Oh my goodness. I miss high school. Everyone had issues. And this girl, I'm not friends with her anymore. And I feel like maybe I shouldn't share this, but I don't think she's watching anyways. And I'm not even gonna reveal her name. But she basically used to really like this guy. And the guy was obviously not interested in her. But they stayed friends because he needed her help in school. And it came to the point where she liked him so much, she actually confronted him that she likes him. And when I saw that, I was like, wow. Like, she got some guts, you know? She got some balls. And obviously, like, he rejected her, and I was like, wow, like, I would never do that, you know? I don't think I have. Maybe I'll confront them over a text or a phone call, but she confronted her face to face. I was like, wow, like, props to you. I could never do that. Especially a girl, coming from a girl to a guy. It's not like girl to girl, it's not girl to guy. So, okay, my baby's calling me. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you guys like this video and the stories. I'll continue with another mukbang tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!